Hello everybody, my name is Ben, and welcome to my LEGO Avengers Endgame minifigure showcase. It's a lot less dramatic now, and it may have looked cooler then, but whatever. As you can see, we got the Endgame figures here. Hello everybody, my name is Ben. I already said that, I don't know why I'm saying that again. But basically this is my second time to record the video. First time ended up being 30 minutes and cost me my entire phone of storage space and still wouldn't upload. So this time, I'm going to turn the light back on because that looks really cool. This time, I'm not going to do that. And I set this thing up for the end of the last video, so I'm just going to leave it here with all 33 of my Avengers from 7 different Marvel projects. But today we are focusing just on the new Endgame figures. So I'm going to start it off with the boy in the middle. This is Captain Steve America Rogers. And I do like, no, I'm going to turn off the light. It kind of makes him lit from one side. But I do like this because then we have all the other Avengers in the background. But starting off with Captain Steve America Rogers. This was the first figure I made for the showcase. Made him as soon as I saw the Endgame movie. He has a broken shield and Mjolnir because, much like most of these figures, his suit is based on the final battle. Decided to use the new Captain America helmet for this guy. Originally I was going to use a not Captain America, but Flash helmet like I did for this old Captain America. But I thought that the new one looks better, so I used that. And he has a Lego Batman movie belt to make him a little bit taller than the average figure and to give him his belt design. I sculpted his chest and shoulder pads and then rolled over them with a textured part of an X-Acto knife to give him this really cool texture, and then painted on the Avengers logos and the star. And if you want to see his face underneath, it's pretty simple. Oh man, whoops. That is not correct. That's his face. I don't know, not the biggest fan of it, but I mean, usually I just keep on the helmet, so it doesn't even matter. So, yep, that is Cap. I am going through these kind of rapid fire, since I messed up the video last time I did this. So next up, right here is Iron Man, as you can see. I debated for a long time whether to give him the Infinity Gauntlet or not. Eventually, I decided to. As you can see, it's better to see him in the light, but you can see the stones there and everything. Really, 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 really proud of this guy. But yeah, he is painted with a metallic red and some gold detailing. Really proud of this guy. I just used this Superman hair on him. Face is fully custom. Really proud of that. And this is helmet. This part doesn't open up because I got it from a friend and it doesn't really work. So I glued it on there. But yeah, definitely my best Iron Man suit. Sculpted his shoulder pads and his kind of breastplate here, or whatever you'd call it. And then all his details are outlined. Definitely my best Iron Man. So that is it for Mr. Stank. Now, moving on, we've got Thor here. And another thing about this, doing it like this, is you can kind of see them beforehand, which, I mean, I don't really like that, but whatever, it's fine. I just really don't want to knock these guys down just to put them back up again. But here is Thor, and he's got himself a big old belly there that I sculpted out of green stuff. His not Mjolnir, Stormbreaker is made out of cardboard for this part, and then the rest is just a bent Lego stick with some rubber bands that I dry brushed green and black after painting it brown. Really like that. His hair is a combination of ideas by my mom and myself. So the bottom part is dry brush tan, and the top part has some streaks of tan. I think that looks so cool. I'm so proud of that. And then he has a sculpted bun on the back, since he puts his hair in a bun to make it a little less messy. And then his beard is sculpted, and his face is almost fully custom other than the mouth, to create his cool lightning eyes, and he's got a sculpted beard there. And yeah, I feel like the arms and legs, they're pretty good. I can't really think of how I would do better, but I just feel like compared to the rest of them, isn't that great, just because I love this figure so much. But yeah, that is big chunk is Thor. Next up is a character who was not here because I just realized I forgot to say spoiler alert. Hopefully I'll put that in the top part or something so that way people don't get spoiled. But I mean, it's Endgame. Everyone's seen it. But who is off screen is Black Widow because she's dead. So here she is. She is no longer dead. And so she just has some normal black sticks to represent her batons. She has a sanded torso to be curved. She has gauntlets that are made out of what's that called? Handcuffs, and then some E-tape gun holsters. I was originally going to give her guns, but this is really the only movie where her batons are prominent, so give her the batons. Also, the hairpiece is an Elsa hairpiece, which I'm really proud of. Again, my mom's idea to paint it the tan there and then add the tan lines. So there's Black Widow, who is dead over here. Next up, we have this guy right here, Hawkeye, Clint Snarton, but he's holding this right now, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And then his bow's right here. Didn't have his bow in his hand for the big picture. But yeah, this guy, I really like this figure. His head is from Qui-Gon Jinn with a fully custom sculpted hairpiece. His back, he has a sword holster that a sword can actually go in and out of, and Lego's, whatever that's called, quiver. His bow is custom by using the Lego bow and then gluing a Lego string in between it. And then all his details are silver and gold. You can see I do that a lot for these figures. I did it for Black Widow too, to give them a cool effect with the gunmetal gray. Then he has E-tape there, which is his sash to hold this stuff. And then a cool thing about him is that if I take off this whole thing, I can pop on a Lego Ninjago mask, and then put that on there with this. And now he's Ronin. Hooray. I like that figure. He's going to go right back in there and knock everyone over. Yeah, moving on to the next figure, which is an honorary Avengers member who does not have his accessory, or I guess he's not part of the original Avengers, but we got Rhodey here, which is probably my least favorite Iron Man suit of these, which is not saying much because, I mean, they're all great here. I feel like the helmet looks a little weird, don't know why. His gun is inaccurate. I didn't realize that until I was done making it, and I'm too lazy to make it again. He has the same gauntlet sort of thing as Black Widow using handcuffs, except I sculpted it to make them look bigger. And then, again, all this stuff is metallic, so that way he is one shiny boy. See if I put him here. He's very, very shiny. Yeah, this part is a Hero Factory piece. That was Jude's recommendation that I just kind of sculpted over to make it look less mechanical and more smooth. And then I sculpted his thrusters back here. And that is it for him, except for he does have this cool accessory, which brings us into the next figure, that if you put this stick right here, like this, you can actually put Rocket Raccoon, his best buddy, on his shoulder, so that way they can fly together. So now that we're talking about that, we can move on to Rocket Raccoon, who I'm not going to keep on the stick. Or actually, I think I will keep on the stick if it will focus. So yeah, this figure was made using a microfig. I'm going to have to put it on a stand. He was made using a microfig, and then I cut off some baby arms and glued those on there. Sculpted his head to look raccoony, and sculpted a scarf and a tail. Lots of sculpting on this guy, but I think that he's the perfect size, putting him next to Monty the Monofig again. I think he's sized perfectly. And then I forgot to put War Machine back there, so he's just going to stand back there. Oh, I knew I forgot someone. I forgot the Hulk. Here's the Hulk. Yeah. I guess I'm just going out of order because I'm not gonna do any fancy editing on this one, basically because it's just such a big showcase. But yeah, this guy, he was made using a 2012 Hulk. He was one of the reasons this showcase took forever because I couldn't get this Hulk figure in. Really proud of the face. Made him some peach fuzz on there, and it's fully custom face. Hair is dark gray with some light gray dry brushing. I just love all the details on him. To give him a mechanical look, much like Iron Man, I outlined basically everything in black. Yeah, and this is his jumpsuit version. And then a cool thing is, you probably already noticed this whenever you saw Hawkeye earlier, but I did make a custom Infinity Gauntlet that him or Thanos can wear. So now he's got his Infinity Gauntlet. Jude recommended that I make his arm in a, whatever it is, a sling. I decided not to, but one play feature that he can do, if you take off his arms like this, he can dab, just like in the movie. Heck yeah, baby. So let me just pop these back on. I'm going to give that Infinity Gauntlet to Thanos in a bit. So let me just... There we go. He goes right back there. Next figure up is... This is the thing about having them all like this. Oh yeah, Nebula. So here's Nebula. She needs her stand. There's Nebula. She has a fully custom face, which uses a custom blue for her head with some shiny purple and silver and orange details, which I think all look really cool. Again, outlined like Iron Man. I've started doing that with mechanical type figures. Her gun is just a pistol wrapped in paper to make it look spacey and cool. She has a 3D gun holster that is made out of cardboard, and then lots of E-tape for her belts and sashes and stuff, and a paper coat. Really proud of the detailing on her torso. And that is Nebula, who fits right in there and knocks over Thor perfectly. Next up, we got Rescue, or Pepper Potts. I guess they don't really call her Rescue in the movie. This figure, the thing is that the headpiece, it originally looked a lot better because I had this figure in silver thinking that the character was silver and blue, but it turned out it was gold and blue, which I realized on my third viewing of Endgame. So I had to redo the figure, and it kind of looks worse, especially in the face area. I tried to give her a face underneath it. It didn't really turn out well. And much like Iron Man, she's made in all the same ways, so her head or her helmet is cut the same way as his, with this part gone. I think I forgot to mention that for Iron Man. Yeah, that part is gone from his helmet. And then sculpted shoulder pads and sculpted breastplate. So yeah, I basically had to repaint all the silver details on this figure gold, which originally I was scared about, but I think it looks fine. I think this figure still looks great. One of my favorite Iron Man suits. I love the torso and everything. I just wish I could have done a better job on the head. So that is Rescue. And I think wow, I'm really rolling along, doing a lot better than I did my first time. But next up, we got Captain Marvel from the end of Endgame. One of the reasons that I did this video after I saw Endgame and not before is because Captain Marvel and Thor and a bunch of other figures actually have new suits, and if I made figures before Endgame, I wouldn't have known about their cool new suits, and I wouldn't have made those suits and made lame versions. And so, yeah, this is awesome Captain Marvel, which I haven't seen anyone else make yet. If someone has, please tell me down below. I don't want to discredit anyone. Really proud of the custom hairpiece there. It is fully sculpted. I sanded the torso, much like I did for basically all the other female figures here. She has a paper, whatever this thing is supposed to be, that hangs over her legs. Pretty proud of how that turned out, especially compared to my other Captain Marvel I made this year. I think this figure is really great. All the details just came together really, really, really nicely. So, yep, that's Carol. Oh, yeah, and the face is a Supergirl face that I painted the eyebrows brown. So she fits right back in there. She knocked everyone over, but that's okay, because we're on to the last figure that's here, and that is this Pegasus. That's a joke. It's actually the Pegasus's rider, and oh my gosh, she lost a piece. Uh-oh. Well, this is weird. I'm just not gonna... Oh, there it is. Right there. I found it. I am super professional, just so you know. This video is just much more or less professional than my videos usually are. I'm usually like 10% more better than this. But, yeah. Here's Valkyrie, who I had to kill half of these figures, much like Thanos, to get to. She has a blue cape and the newer style. I like older style capes better, but whatever. The hair is Rey's hair from Star Wars. The head is fully custom. Pretty proud of that. Her sword is a shiny blue. And then, much like Ghost, this part of her right here is uses E-tape, which covers up some mistakes I made on the old version of this figure. But I think it's fine, especially compared to my... I did make one of these in 2017, and it looked awful. So remade her. That was the real reason I remade her. And then she has some more E-tape down here. And much like all the other Armory figures, lots of black and other lines and stuff. So now we are on to the last figure, and I managed to cut this video in half the amount of time it originally was. So that's great. So she's going to go back there. I'm not going to set these guys up because the last figure does not care about the Avengers because it is Thanos. And I got to brought this up again. So yeah, here is Thanos. He has his dual bladed sword. Pretty proud of how that looks. It's just a lightsaber blade painted gold with cardboard on both ends. That looks pretty great. Much like Iron Man and the rest of the armored figures, as I say every single time, outlined everything in black. I'm not going to be able to say that from now on, because now this is how I'm going to make most of my figures, because I think it looks so great. This figure started out as a Hulk figure, so it took a long time to remold him, and the arms were from Green Goblin, and because this part looks perfect for Thanos' arms, so really proud that I was able to use those. And I used E-tape to fill his arms here. I forgot to mention that for Hulk, I think. Yeah, that's E-tape there, to make it to where they aren't empty for a figure like, of course, are actually full. But, yeah, this figure is mostly just gold and dark gray with all the black lines, but I think it looks really great. Got a lot of E-tape down here to represent his little loincloth, I guess. And, yeah, these shoulder pads and his helmet and his knee pads and his feeties are all sculpted, and I think they all look really great. And that's it for Thanos, so thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video was a little more rushed than I would have liked for it to be, and my camera isn't wanting to set up properly. Thank you for watching and bearing with me. Yeah, I'm hoping to fix my phone soon, so that way I won't have to try to do all my videos in a rush like this. But yeah, I'm glad I could get this out here. The Endgame project has been very special to me, and I wanted to, I've had a very fun time making it. It's been a really cool ride because, I mean, a lot of these figures you'll know are from other projects, like there's from 7 projects over 3 years, so, and there's even some random figures, and I think a figure by Decent Customs in here somewhere, but, yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you for watching. Next week there's gonna be a birthday video, cause your boy has been born, and so yeah, I gotta brag about that, so, yeah, have a nice day. What was that?